Gentlemen, female gentlemen, welcome to today's lore. This was the most requested video. We are doing a lore dive on what heaven looks like according to Islam. This will definitely not offend anyone, which is why we're doing it. This is a lukewarm video. It's about heaven, all right, and according to the most peaceful religion of all religions. So I'm certain we're going to have nothing but wholesomeness and nothing at all weird. Now, the title of this video is, If You Thought Epstein's Island Was Bad, Welcome to Allah's Paradise. But I am certain this is hyperbole, right? Right? Anyway, that's today's lore dive. Every day here on Taku, we do more lore, the most requested thing. Today's Islam lore. Tomorrow's probably history. We'll see what happens.
Epstein Island was like Disney
Bad.
World for rich and powerful perverts.
Right.
Because non-rich, non-powerful perverts would just go to Disney World.
Damn.
Say, you want to come inside my clubhouse?
Bro!
There are only two types of people.
I mean, I'll be real here, and I mean this with nothing but love in my heart. There's a major reason why there are a lot of people that, like, you know, that are saying that there are no Muslims on the Epstein list, which is not true because the royals of Qatar were literally on the Epstein list. But there's a lot of people that say that, but the reality is, why would you go to Epstein's Island if you could marry an 8-year-old of your choosing in Yemen or in Syria? Like, I'm just asking the questions that we're all thinking, all right? Literally, the worst flex of all time is saying that there are no Muslims on the Epstein list. But anyway, we're doing lore today, all right? We're not calling anyone out. This is a wholesome video.
In America, those who wanted the Epstein files released and those who were in the Epstein files. But why were so many people interested in seeing what's in these files?
Arrest the pedophiles, kill them, jail them, crucify them, buy the testicles. That's what I would do.
Why was this such an important issue? Well, when we hear about a man offering his influential friends and acquaintances a twisted paradise.
Oh my God. That's where we're going with this. Oh no. Dude, that's why I always say, like, every time I see someone criticizing Trump for the Epstein files, if it's a right-wing guy criticizing Trump, I agree, the criticism is valid. If it's a left-wing guy criticizing Trump, dog, the Biden administration didn't release the Epstein files for 4 years. Literally, what are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. And no one complained about that. And when it's a Muslim guy complaining about what's in the Epstein files, I'm like, dog, bro, didn't Mohammed marry a 6-year-old?
Where they can have their way with young girls. We want to know who was involved. And since Epstein was apparently recording his friends and acquaintances in compromising positions in case he needed to blackmail them,
apparently,
we want to know who was being extorted and what they may have done to keep Epstein happy.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's what's interesting.
Oh.
As sick and depraved as Epstein and his island paradise were,
yeah, pretty awful, pretty horrible.
They're an absolute joke compared to Allah and his eternal paradise.
Bro, like, I know that they say that, like, heaven in Islam is like you get 72 virgins, but they're not like children virgins, right? They're like adult virgins, right? Right, guys? Chat, back me up.
Allah is the ultimate Epstein, and
that is the sentence. That is one of the sentences of all time.
You're about to find out why. I'm sure you've heard of the houris Muslims will be given in paradise.
Yeah,
These
that I
are
heard
the
of.
virgins Muslim men
that I heard
will spend eternity deflowered.
Yeah, so basically, what the lore that I got is they're like the radical Islamist regimes tell people that if they have a fat wife, they should just blow themselves up and take a couple of Jews with them, and then they'll get virgins in heaven instead of their fat wife. That's basically the lore that I was familiar with.
We read about these houris in several passages of the Quran. Here's Surah 56, verses 10 to 40.
All right, so everyone that's about to get mad, all right, this is literally quotes from their holy book. All right, if their holy book gets you upset, then you're upset at them. All right, you're not upset at me, you're upset at them. Just making that clear.
And the foremost shall be the foremost.
All right.
Wow, that
seems like a sentence that would never appear in the Bible. There is not a single sentence in the Bible that literally means nothing. This is absolutely diabolical. A full sentence that doesn't mean anything. Wow.
Profound.
Bro, stop. Like, bro, you're going to tell me this is... Listen, man. I am not Muslim, so obviously I don't think that the Quran is the word of God. And the foremost shall be the foremost is one of the sentences of all time.
They are the ones brought nigh in gardens of bliss many from those of old, and few from those of later times, upon embroidered couches,
All right.
reclining upon them, facing one another.
I am literally in shock. All right, so when like people discuss heaven in like at least Jewish philosophy, it's really not about just like infinite orgies, okay? It's a much more spiritual idea. It's where it's a world of spirituality where physicality doesn't have meaning, where you get to be closer to God, spiritually speaking. You understand and recognize his oneness, and that is heaven. You know, a lot more than just just like, yo, I get to actually live out all of my depraved fantasies, except this time it's actually cool and not a sin. Like, that's wild to me.
Mortal youths wait upon them with goblets, ewers, and a cup from a flowing spring, wherefrom they suffer neither headache nor stupefaction, with fruits as they choose.
Wow.
And the meat of birds as they desire.
Bro, they have grapes and rapes. That's crazy.
And there shall be wide-eyed maidens,
All right,
the likeness of concealed pearls.
It's kind of crazy to me how it's like, I feel like they're just like describing like some Japanese brothel or something. It's like, bro, dude, are we serious? This is what God came up with for the afterlife, just like infinite brothel.
As a recompense for that which they used to do. They hear no idle talk therein, nor incitement to sin, save that peace, peace is uttered.
That makes sense. It is the religion of peace.
And the companions of the right. What of the companions of the right? Among thornless lote trees, clustered plantains,
All right.
and extended shade,
Good,
gushing water, and abundant fruit, neither out of reach nor forbidden, and upon raised beds.
Okay.
Truly we brought them into being as a new creation, then made for them virgins, amorous peers, for the companions of the right, many from those of old, and many from those of later times.
All right.
So, we've got the wide-eyed maidens,
virgins,
who will be virgins.
All right, well, they could be 18-year-old wide-eyed virgin maidens. All right, have you considered that?
In his commentary on this passage, Ibn Kathir quotes Muhammad for more detail.
Okay.
The messenger of Allah said, "In paradise, the believer will be given such and such strength for women."
It sounds more like Viking religion than like an Abrahamic religion. You know, you die in battle and you end up with like drinking ale from curved horns in Valhalla. Like, this really doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel like the same God is what I'm trying to say. Again, who am I? I'm just a blue idiot on the internet. Pay no attention to what I have to say.
I asked, "Oh, Allah's messenger, will one be able to do that?" He said, "He will be given the strength of 100 men.
Let's go.
Just don't ask him how you get the strength of 100 men. Am I
Look,
right?
I already did the Al-Zut lore dive, all right? Definitely subscribe for more Islam lore. We will know everything there is to know about Islam lore. Already the most requested follow-up for Islam is the Black Stone of Mecca, which apparently is just like this pagan rock or something. I don't know the lore. We're going to do that next time, probably, on Islam lore.
Right? Someone else asked, "Oh, Allah's messenger, will we have sexual intercourse with our wives in paradise?" He said, "The man will be able to have sexual intercourse with 100 virgins in one day."
Damn.
If you're wondering
I thought they were like promised 72 virgins, but they're promised like 100 virgins.
how Allah's not going to run out of virgins, keep in mind, he's the best of planners. Here's what he's going to do. Every time you have sex with one of your virgins, Allah will turn her back into a virgin. As we read in Tafsir.
Wait, they're like actually like the same 100 people, like on a rotation. They just come and they pleasure you, and you come, just like infinitely forever, and then God literally just like re-virginifies them so that you can keep, injuring them and wounding them. It's really painful for them. I guess that's not like relevant. Are they like? Oh my God, dude.
Here, Jalalain, Quran verses in bold, explanation not in bold. "Verily, we have created them with an unmediated creation, namely the wide-eyed houris.
Wow.
We created them without the process of birth and made them virgins, immaculate. Every time their
immaculately conceiving hundreds of virgins.
Spouses enter them, they find them virgins, nor is there any pain of defloration."
Wow, huge.
That's thoughtful. This is
That's
how
nice
a
to the
Muslim
Horis.
man can have sex with 100 virgins every day. Allah keeps restoring their virginity
Wow.
over and over and over.
I mean, for an infinite being, I feel like just creating new virgins all the time would be like just as easy as like, you know, just restoring the virginity of like the already fixed 100 virgins. I don't know. There's just something very like not intimate about this. It seems so like not heavenly. I don't know, man.
Forever. But what else do we know about these virgins? Turns out there's an interesting verse of the Quran that talks about their breasts. But the verse gets translated in very different ways.
Dude, like, it's mind-blowing. And look, I've read the Bible, okay? At least the Old Testament, cover to cover, and some parts of the New Testament. None of those guys are, like, horny writing, talking about how you'll be able to fulfill all of your dark desires that are, you know, Satan's temptations, except you're going to be able to do it in heaven now, and it's going to all be a good thing. Like, I feel like that's not a thing. Yes, sure, different people throughout the Bible, you know, they fail at different challenges, of course, and it's regarded as a failure. It's like if you would tell me that Satan was promising these people infinite virgins for them to blow themselves up and kill people, like, that would be more believable. I'm obviously not coming to any conclusion here or anything. I'm just saying, like, this is actually shocking.
Here's Arbery's translation of Surah 78, verses 31 to 34. Surely, for the God-fearing awaits a place of security, gardens and vineyards and maidens with swelling breasts.
They're prepubescent virgins. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wait, stop. Whoa. You're telling me that Muslim paradise is where these guys get to fuck 100 children a day? Bro.
Like of age and a cup overflowing. Arbery translates this as maidens with swelling breasts.
Bro.
There are Muslims who think this verse is about large, fully developed breasts, and they'll say this means that the women are fully grown, somewhere around...
Look, maybe, okay, maybe, you know, like, maybe a woman that just gives birth, her breasts swell or something because there's milk, right? Like, maybe that's what we're talking about, like MILFs, right? Maybe it's like infinite MILF virgins as like a twist.
Around 33 years of age. But other translations say something quite different. Here's M.H. Shakir's translation. Surely, for those who guard against evil is achievement, gardens and vineyards and those showing freshness of youth equals in age and a pure cup. Shakir...
So you're telling me these people, they die for God and then they become infinite pedophiles? This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. This can't be real. Like, people don't know this, right? Like, this isn't, like, accepted widely, right? Like, this isn't, like, a core tenet of the religion or anything, right? Right?
Doesn't even mention breasts. Why is that?
Yeah,
well,
why is that?
As Muslim scholars have explained, Surah 78, verse 33, isn't about swelling breasts. It's about a stage of development.
Oh,
the verse is about girls with budding breasts.
Oh.
Their breasts are just starting to form.
Stop.
This is why Shakir translates it as those showing freshness of youth who are all the same age.
Bro, that's like, what, 12-year-olds on average? Why is this happening? Probably younger.
Don't take my word for it. You can find this in various commentaries, but the Muslim scholars at Islam QA have put together a nice article for us. The article begins by pointing out that to understand the verse, you have to learn how the expression is used in Arabic.
All right,
then
maybe
the
it's just an
scholars
expression.
Explain. Based on that, we say to you that with regard to the literal translation of the word kawa'ib, that's the word Arbery translated as swelling breasts because he didn't understand how it's used in Arabic, it is the plural of the word ka'ib, which refers to a female with developing breasts.
Stop,
as it says in Majma al-Lugha.
It's like the next guy shows up and he's going to translate it and make it all better. And it's like, guys, I don't want you to be confused here. Great news. She's 10 years old. Like that. Like, don't worry, guys. You might think you're getting a 33-year-old. Psych, she's 10. This is a good thing, actually.
Ibn Faris, may Allah have mercy on him, said,
police be upon him.
Kab comes from a sound root that is indicative of a thing beginning to develop and emerge.
Oh, so we have like full analyses on how this is referring to women whose breasts just start budding. Wow, I'm really glad that all the scholars came together to decide how young they can go.
From the same root comes the word kab, which refers to the ankle, which is the bone on the two sides of the lower leg where it meets the foot. And the word Kaaba, which refers to the house of Allah, may he be exalted. It is so called because of its prominence and its square shape.
Because it's a cube.
A woman is described as a kaib when her breasts begin to develop. And here are some sources. This is the literal meaning of the word in terms of linguistic roots.
Right, so if you translate it, it means they're fucking kids forever in heaven, infinitely. Wow.
So the word kaib refers to a girl whose breasts are just starting to form, and it's related to the word kab, which refers to the little bone that sticks out on the side of your ankle. Then the scholars give an example of what they're...
But who cares? Let me explain something. All right, look, these are obviously created by Allah. I'm not saying that they will suffer some form of abuse or anything, but like there's an issue when you're attracted to 10-year-olds, and I don't feel like I need to be the one to explain that to you. If you're attracted to 10-year-olds, you really should not be welcomed into civil society, in my opinion. Yeah, actually, in my opinion, like instant deport. Get them the fuck out. Keep them away. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I'm literally in shock.
Talking about by showing how the Arabic word for menstruating can be used to mean literally menstruating or to refer to a stage of development, someone who's reached the age of menstruation. And they continue. We may say something similar about describing a woman as kaib in Arabic. It is not intended as an erotic, physical description of any part of the woman's body, as much as it is intended as a description of the girl in terms of the emergence of the
doesn't even say the woman. Oh no.
Signs of femininity in her as an indication of her young age and youthfulness.
They use this term specifically to refer to children, okay? We want you to not be confused. We will explain at length how we are referring to children.
So that men would be attracted to her.
That's the explanation. An indication of her younger age and youthfulness so that men would be attracted to her. Wait, so this is like a plus. Like the plus is you will be able to fuck infinite children in heaven. Like that's the plus. And we want to make it clear that they are children to entice you more. Wow. Holy crap, bro. What are we doing, bro? Oh my lord. Why aren't we talking about this? This is crazy. Like, you know how many times I hear like some random libtard retard saying, if the Bible is real, why is slavery in the Bible if slavery is immoral? You know, like they hit you with this. Meanwhile, the other religion that, you know, police be upon them, that obviously is the victim of Islamophobia after they decided to smash a plane into the Twin Towers or two. Now, those guys, we don't talk about that. Right? That religion is moral, actually, and we don't discuss it. Have you noticed this?
At this age, the signs of femininity begin to appear in the girl.
Bro.
The point of using this word is not to describe the size of the breasts or to note their form or shape. Rather, the purpose is to highlight the woman's youthfulness.
Bro, this is like crazy. This is like horny old pedophile guys describing how they want to rape children forever. I feel dirty, man.
Ibn al-Jawzi, may Allah have mercy on him, said, the woman is a tifla, little girl, when she is small, walida, when she begins to walk, then a kaib, when her breasts begin to appear, then a nahid, when they increase in size, then masr, when she reaches the age of puberty.
Wait. This is 2 stages before puberty? Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, stop.
Then khawd, when she reaches the age of a young woman.
Bro.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught that.
She's a kaib.
A kaib 2 stages before puberty.
when her breasts begin to appear, and that's 2 stages before she reaches the age of puberty.
Bro, what are we doing?
Here they consider menstruation as the beginning of puberty. Why is this significant? Well, according to their system,
what's the system?
Is a prepubescent girl.
Yeah.
Doctors today treat budding breasts as a sign of early puberty. Breasts begin to form during...
Bro, that starts at the same age as pubic hair around penis. Dude, these are kids, man. Like these are children. These are probably like 10-year-olds.
Tanner stage 2. Oof. But in Islam, Tanner stage 2 is still prepubescent. What does this mean?
Please explain, sir.
If
I
the
don't
Houris
understand.
of paradise are all the same age, and they're all Tanner stage 2 forever, then according to Islam, every single Muslim man will spend eternity deflowering prepubescent girls.
Oh my God, dude. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. Oh my Lord. Deus Vult, bring back the Crusades!
Allah will make sure that all of these prepubescent girls are virgins every time the Muslim men have sex with them. And Muslim women who somehow make it to paradise will spend eternity watching their husbands deflower prepubescent girls.
I didn't even think about that. The women are just kind of there watching because, like, I mean, why would this Muslim guy, want to have sex with his, fat 60-year-old wife when he could have infinite child rape instead? I didn't look at it from that perspective, but I'm really glad. So the wife becomes the infinite cuck while the husband becomes a rape factory. This has got to be one of the wildest twists of all time. I didn't realize... Like, I knew the 72 virgins thing or whatever, but I am literally, like, my jaw's on the floor.
Allah is therefore the infinite Jeffrey Epstein, and his paradise is the infinite Epstein Island. Actually, now that I think about it, Muhammad was the one who was using these promises of an infinite Epstein Island to gain control over people. So
my God, dude. That's right. He convinced people to convert in order to get infinite deflowering of children in heaven or something.
Muhammad would be the infinite Jeffrey Epstein.
Bro.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
It's crazy to think about this because if you just, like, go to Google, right? Seriously, try it. Go to Google right now. Who's the best person ever? All right? You literally type it into Google. Who's the best person ever? The response you get... Well, obviously, it values different. It's always different. But, like, bro, who is the best person in the world? Obviously, Prophet Muhammad. Obviously. Wow.
Was the one who would recruit the girls.
Bro.
So Allah would be more like the infinite Ghislaine Maxwell. He's providing the girls.
Wow.
But remember, one of the reasons so many of us wanted the Epstein files released was that we wanted to know what sort of people were joining Epstein on his little island.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you wonder what sort of people would be drawn to Islam by promises of an eternity of deflowering prepubescent girls.
Bro.
Sounds like someone...
That is crazy. Look, I just remember Sneeko converts to Islam, and, he immediately starts arguing for, being able to marry girls the moment they enter puberty. And it's like, and his favorite movie's Cuties. Cuties, the Netflix show about sexualizing children. And then he converts to Islam, and it's like, I don't know, man. And then you have Andrew Tate, a guy who, allegedly was trafficking 14-year-old girls, that he basically admitted to doing that himself. And then he converts to Islam. And it's like, this guy, he makes a good point. I'm not saying every Muslim's like this, obviously. Most Muslims are born to Muslim families. They're not, like, making conscious decisions or anything. But the reality is, this is wild. It is wild that the actual reward process of the religion just gives you infinite child rape.
Needs to release the Islam files.
Bro.
Oh, wait. They already did.
Oh, my God. Oh my God. All right, well, anyway, that's enough for today. I'm going to go watch my eyes with bleach. See you in the next one. Every day, lore, Nux Taku, subscribe, bye.